Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. I am so excited to be with you on this evening as we talk about 5 tips that you can use to avoid overspending this holiday season. I think this class is right on time because we are just over 1 week away from Black Friday when all the crazy holiday shopping starts. And I'm hoping that tonight I can give you some really good tips and strategies to help you figure out what you're going to get for people, how you're going to do it, and most importantly, how you're going to make sure that you are not overstepping your boundaries and you're sticking to your financial goals. 2022 is right around the corner, and I want you to have the most prosperous of New Year's. But that begins with making sure that you have a plan and that you stick to it. So before we go any further, I want to introduce myself to you. My name is Janelle Rock. I am the CEO and founder of Generation Wealth. And Generation Wealth, if you're not familiar with our organization, we work with both youth and adults in helping them understand and implement principles around financial independence so that individuals are able to build generational wealth, lasting generational wealth. And so we love that we get to work with we're multi-generational. So we work with parents, grandparents, and we also in school. So we work with young people. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful platform. This evening, we're going to be talking about, of course, the tips to avoid overspending for the holidays. I also want to let you know that we have a special going on this evening up to the end of tonight, where you will be able to join our Generation Wealth community. And if you are not familiar with our community, one thing that's important when you think about wealth building, it is a team sport. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are networking with like-minded individuals, that you are connecting with people who will be able to pour into you, who are able to connect you with those individuals that you need to lock arms with on your wealth building journey. And the Generation Wealth community is the perfect space for that. So today we have a special going on where you actually will be able to receive a 30-day free trial as well as $50 off any annual membership when you sign up today. So you'll see that banner kind of running there at the bottom of the screen throughout tonight's presentation. I'm going to show you a quick video that kind of gives you an overview of our community. And then after the video, we're going to jump right in to our content for this evening. Hi, my name is Janelle Rock, and I am the CEO and founder of Generation Wealth. When I started this company in 2019, I envisioned it to be a place where people across all generations would come together to learn, grow, network, and invest in order to establish lasting wealth for themselves and their families for generations to come. It's so exciting to now see that vision become a reality with the Generation Wealth digital community. This community is a space designed for the kind of learning and networking that will help you grow your net worth. The best part is that you can take this community wherever you go. When you download our user-friendly app on your iPhone or Android, you'll be able to access classes, self-paced courses, as well as curated virtual events on a variety of financial topics. You can learn at your own pace, and you can leverage the knowledge of experts within the community to get your questions answered, as well as discuss topics of interest with other members virtually or in person at one of our local meetups. Our community would be incomplete without a space especially designed for kids. We believe that when fundamental personal finance skills are taught early in life, children will grow up to make more responsible financial decisions as adults. The GW Kids community is designed for children from 8 to 13 years old, where they have access to age-appropriate classes, games, videos, and events on topics like budgeting, saving, investing, and entrepreneurship. We invite you to become a part of the Global Generation Wealth family, where your network helps you grow your net worth. All right, so let's get started with our talk today. So, we are going to be looking at 5 tips that you can use right now to help avoid overspending this holiday season. So, let's start with, who is this class for? Are you someone who is a giver at heart? So, this is the season. We said this is the season for giving, but perhaps you are a giver at heart, and you are always a giver. It's not just this season, but you are, and I think we all have that in us, right? Where the gratitude and the gift of giving is the feeling that you get when you see that look on someone's face, or you see their reaction when they get that gift that they've always wanted, and that feeling is really priceless, right? Perhaps you want to learn about creative and cost-effective ways to give gifts from the heart. And we're going to talk about that, some really cool ways in which you can give unique gifts that are straight from the heart, and that you can't buy them in a store anyway, and they'll give you that same amazing feeling when you're able to give someone something and you see that you've really warmed their heart. Or maybe you are the person who isn't willing to go into debt to be a blessing to your friends and family this holiday season. And I mean, that's key, right? We want to be a blessing, but we also don't want to create the financial burden when you get that bill in January. You're just like, oh my gosh, I totally went over my budget. And now you're stuck paying bills for gifts that you gave back in December, and in February, March, April, May, right? So we don't want to create a burden. You don't want to create a burden for yourselves in being a blessing to someone else. And so I'm hoping that these 5 tips will help you get started on the right foot. And as we go into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that you have a plan and you are laser focused, because like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, I want 2022 to be the most prosperous year for you as you move closer to achieving your dream financial goals, becoming financially independent, and building generational wealth. So let's jump right in. Tip number 1. The first thing you do, you got to create a list. You don't create a list and you're going to find yourself in the stores or online buying a bunch of stuff. You don't know who you're buying it for, okay? And you want to make sure that you create a budget. So these are some guiding questions to consider. Who's going to receive cards? Maybe not everyone is going to get a gift. Maybe you can send a personalized card with a personal message. Or another cost-effective way to send cards is to go and do a Christmas photo of yourself. And that doesn't have to be expensive. You can do that with a smartphone, and you can kind of make it look really beautiful on a platform like Canva, and add some, holiday decorations on there. And you can send that out to a bunch of friends and families who may not be on your gift list, but you still want to wish them happy holidays. Who's going to receive gifts? You want to make sure that you have that list. And then you also need to know how much you intend on spending on each of those gifts for the people on your list. So how much are you going to spend? You want to make sure that you're not going into debt. And then what apps can you use to help you save money? So there are apps like Rakuten, which you can use. And every time you maybe make a purchase from one of the stores through Rakuten, you're able to get money back. There's apps like Fetch, where you're able to get rewards towards gift cards just by scanning your receipts. And so these are ways in which you can save money while you're spending on your gifts, and you get money back in a month or two, right? So those are some things to consider. So tip number 1, you got to create a list and you got to have a budget. All right. Number two, you need to make room in your budget for one bonus gift for you. Okay, so why do I say this? Let's just do it now, right? You go shopping and you see something really nice for your sister, or maybe your best friend, or maybe your parent, and you're just like, oh, I like that. That's so nice. Like, oh, I think I want one for myself. Okay, so you're gonna allot one money for one gift for you. Okay, just one. So as you're shopping, what's that one gift you're going to give for you? You can budget to buy it for yourself. You may buy it before you start shopping for everyone or after you shop for everyone. And you want to make sure that this is what I do. I wrap that gift up like I would any other gift, and I celebrate Christmas, so I put it under the tree. And on Christmas morning, I wake up and I unwrap my gift and I get excited. Like, I don't know what's in there. All right. And that's my one bonus gift to myself. So then it kind of just relinquishes that stress, like, oh, I really like this. I would like one for myself. Just get yourself a gift. All right. One gift. One way I would say to minimize buying items other than what you plan on is to shop online for gifts when possible. Now I say minimize, okay, because you can be scrolling online, you see something that you really like, but it is less tempting online than if you're walking through the aisles of the store and you're seeing things. And then when you get to checkout, they have like a million little things that you could pick up real quick. And then you find yourself going over your budget just by picking up all those cute little things at the checkout line as you're paying. Right? So one smart tip I would say, if it's possible for you to shop online for your gifts, that is a good way to minimize that making those impulse decisions when you are at the checkout. Also, when you shop online, you don't have to worry about lines. You don't have to worry about waiting on those crazy lines. You don't have to worry about being around too many people. So I'd say shopping online is really the way to go. But if you like to go in the store, touch, feel, see, try to do it at a time where you may not be overrun by so many other people. Okay, so that's my smart tip for you. For tip number two, make room in your budget for one gift for yourself, and when possible, make sure you shop online. All right, let's look at tip number three. Buy families one gift that everyone can enjoy. This is a great way to be able to not only save money, but you can bring families together in a way that maybe they didn't spend that much time before. So fruit and food baskets are great gifts when you're buying for families. So, maybe you're buying for a family of 4 or 5. A food basket is a great gift. Fruit baskets. One vendor that I use often for fruit baskets is Harry and David. They have the most delicious pears, and it never disappoints. Some of the best fruit that you taste, and it's healthy. So you don't have to worry about, if the person's a vegan or if they're pescatarian or if they're dietary restrictions. Most people eat fruit. And then for those who have more liberal diets, then you can get food baskets that come with cheese and wine and preserves. Family games is also a great gift to give to families. So a game that everyone can play, or a few games that everyone can play together. And if you come by and you drop off the gift, you can even join in one of the games with them. Fire sticks, Amazon Fire Sticks. So now no one's fighting over, which show to watch. You have thousands of shows at your disposal, and they can sit down and they can watch as a family. Karaoke machine. That's also a great gift to give a family if everyone likes singing and performing and spending time together. And so this is great, right? Because we know that holiday season is a gift of giving, but also a season of giving, but also a time for families to get together, right? And spend quality time together. And what better way to do that than to give gifts in which the whole family can enjoy? All right, so we're going to move on to tip number 4, which is actually one of my favorites. And I actually learned this from my mom. My mom, she is an exceptional baker. And so what she does during the holiday season, because she don't have patience to be waiting in the lines and dealing with crazy people during the holiday season. And so what she does is that she makes her special sweetbread, and she bakes I don't know, like maybe 12 to 15 loaves of this delicious bread. And she wraps it up in beautiful red and green and gold cellophane. And she gives them as gifts. And people love her, like they look forward to her bread. And it's so cost effective because she pays for the ingredients, maybe, a few dollars for the cellophane and the foil paper, and that's it. And she's able to give 12 to 15 gifts for like $100, less than $100 when thinking about the ingredients for the food, for the bread that she makes. And so if you are good at baking or making certain foods, I encourage you to give those as gifts. So I have a special thing that I do. I actually make a black rum cake with with preserved fruits. And so my mom taught me how to make that. And so I make it and I give that as gifts. And people love it. People love it. It's so delicious. And it's not something you can buy in the store. You can only get it if it's made. I've never seen it sold in the store. Only certain people know how to make this cake. And when I give it as gifts, I'm telling you that the people that I give it to, they are elated. Scrapbooks. Scrapbooks are also, if you're really creative and you're good at I just like putting ideas together. Scrapbooking is also a great way to give a great gift to give to individuals as well. I did actually a scrapbook for my mom about 5 or 6 years ago, and it literally brought tears to her eyes. She was so moved by the pictures over the years and pictures of her with me, other family members. And so scrapbooks is also a great gift to give. If you are good at knitting blankets and scarves, or you can actually even you can create body scrubs from shea butter and coconut oil and put like nice scented oils in there and actually package it really beautifully. And you can also give those as gifts. Now, listen, tip number 4 is not for everybody. Okay. So you may not be the person that's good at creating or making things, and this may not be your area of strength, but for some of you, you probably have these strengths and you didn't even realize, like, oh my gosh, like I never even thought that I could turn that into a gift, and you sure can. So consider that as one way to give gifts this holiday season. And tip number 5, create a group gift exchange. So if you have a large extended family or group of friends that you typically buy for, consider a gift exchange, right? And so instead of everyone buying gifts, like you have 10, 15 people in your family, you're buying 10, 15 gifts, do a gift exchange. Make sure that you set a price limit so that everyone's in the same ballpark. You might have done this at the office, or if you work in a corporate setting, or maybe even amongst friends. This is a great way so that everyone gets a gift, and it's not an overwhelming experience buying something for everyone. Okay, but setting that price limit is important, so it prevents like that competition from one person trying to outdo the other. And I have a bonus tip for you all. All right, now this is a bonus tip because you may not be able to use it this year, but I promise you that you'll be able to use it for 2022 and all the years afterward. And that bonus tip is make your list in January and buy gifts on sale throughout the year. So let me tell you that I don't have to do any holiday shopping because I've already done all of my shopping throughout the year. So the only thing I have to do is make that cake I was telling you about. Tip number 3, be creative. I'm going to make a few cakes. There may be a fruit basket that I buy for a family or two. And that's it. I don't have to go into any stores to buy any gifts because I have been shopping the sales throughout the year. So Victoria's Secret is one of my favorite places to shop in December and in June because they have their semi-annual sale. So I buy lots of the lotions and the scented fragrance mists and like some of the cosmetics bags, and I give those things as gifts. Bath and Body Works is another place where I go when they have their candle sale. I go in there, I buy 7, 8 candles, and I save them and I give them as gifts during the holidays. And sometimes I might even give one during a birthday. So I encourage you to definitely take advantage of this bonus tip so that next year all or most of your holiday shopping will be done way before the holiday season kicks in. And you're catching these things on sale so that you are definitely not going outside of your budget. So let's do a quick recap. What are those 5 tips? 1, create a budget and make sure you make that list. Make room in your budget for one bonus gift. Buy families one gift that everyone can enjoy. Consider making gifts for some of the people on your list. Create a group gift exchange. And then finally, that bonus tip, make your list in January and buy your gifts on sale during the year. So I hope that these 5 tips are enough to get you set to make sure that you are not going to overstep, you're not going to overspend, or you're not going to break your budget. And more importantly, that you're starting to now plan and think about how you're going to be budgeting for 2022. So I wish you a happy and healthy holiday season and a happy new year. Happy Thanksgiving, because it's next week. And be on the lookout. We have a great class coming up in December around goal setting for big wins in 2022. So as you are, thinking about what you want 2022 to look like for you in terms of your goals, personal, professional, financial, this is definitely a class that you want to be on the lookout for. And of course, we want to invite you. You saw our banner was there kind of running throughout the session to go ahead and sign up to our community. We have the 30-day free trial as well as $50 off when you sign up for any annual membership. So this offer will be available through the end of this evening, so 11:59 p.m. And so I want you to definitely take advantage of that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know it was a quick class. I will, if there are any questions, I will actually open it up for any questions that you may have. Before you can actually post a question or a comment in the chat before we sign off for this evening. So what I'm going to do, I will actually check the chat because this is actually on YouTube. So I'll check and see if there are any comments that come up. I'll make sure to respond to them even after the session, this class is over. So like I said, make sure you go ahead and check out our community. You can go to the website below, and we can also stay connected on Facebook and or Instagram. Those are my Instagram handles. We have an awesome Facebook group, so definitely join us on any one of those social media platforms. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I hope to see you next month in our goal setting class. Have a great evening.